try doing my episodes like this. So welcome. This is Knitchat with Jenn podcast. And I'm gonna do it vlog style because school started and I'm not feeling like sitting on the floor and having a traditional podcast. You know what? Because that's how it rolls. So it's Saturday and I have a puppy. My puppy. And I'm just kind of sitting around doing my knitting. I don't know how you can reverse it, but I'll figure it out. Just kind of sitting around watching podcasts, knitting on my not novelli. I really should just stop calling it a novelli and just say it's a sweater. It's a sweater. And I'm using the numbers on I'm using the novelli numbers, but that's it. And I'm watching a podcast. You want to see? So that's what I'm doing today. This is the second week of work, but this was the first week with children. And I'm just, after 3 months of not really spending that much time with people, I get really tired. So I'm a introvert extrovert. So that's how I feel like. So when I'm around people, around people I know. I am shy as well. So if it's people I don't know, oh my God, I introvert and I'm just like, nope. Sorry for the shaking. But I try. But once I'm around a good amount of people and I feel comfortable, I get very like, oh yeah, and whatever. But I can't do it for long amounts of time. So this was the first week after 3 months of not interacting with a lot of people, including children who have a lot more energy. So I just needed some time. I didn't even do my sun salutations in the morning, didn't meditate, just kind of woke up, ate my breakfast, drank my decaf coffee, and just sat and have been sitting in front of my computer watching podcasts. So again, sorry for the shaking. But yeah, working on my not novelli sweater and just kind of sitting around. You can tell how tired I am when I don't take a shower. This is me not taking a shower. And just tired. And what else? All this week I've been knitting on my cozy memories blanket because once I get home, I'm just like, nope, I can't think. Even though I'm really not at a point in my sweater that requires thinking. So I don't know, I just wanted to work on it. So I started doing it. What else? I am excited about school starting because already when school started, a lot of the kids were like, Miss O'Sullivan! And I got a lot of hugs and I got a lot of, why is the library closed? Because we close it off for a week to get everything ready. Like for me, I got the library cards ready, got their login information for Google, Clever, which if you don't know Clever is a program that San Francisco uses. Kids can use badges so they can sign in. They don't have to, it's used a lot for the younger ones, but the older ones, they log in through their Google, and that's where you can find all the apps and programs that the district uses for learning. Like we have a math program that they use, I think we no longer have it, but it's this reading program. It's, oh, my arm is starting to hurt. We don't have it anymore. It was part of an old principal's and initiative, and no one used it. It wasn't very good, honestly. I forget what it was called now, because we haven't used it since things happened. But I prefer the one that I used at community school. That was a lot better reading program, and I wish we could bring that into the school, but it's probably too expensive. But the district started Seesaw, so I haven't explored that. But anyway, that's what Clever is. So it was getting those ready, getting the library ready with displays, getting lessons ready for the next month. So, adding new books that I got. So just, I needed that week to get everything prepared. But I think by Wednesday, I was just like, I need to not be by myself. So, like, I was by myself, but anyway, it's hard to explain. So, I let kids come in and play board games, and they taught me a new game. So, that was cool. Oh, I did my nails. Isn't that pretty? I used, I got it from Target. Ella and Me has an elephant on the front of the bottle. I think I told you all that I started just doing nails at my salon and letting them do like a gel-like thing. But that was 3 months of doing that, and every time it just felt like they kept making them thicker, and I don't like thick nails. It's hard to do anything, and they would every salon does this, so it's not a huge complaint, but they always complain how short I like my nails. So then the nails are thick because they're short. So I took them off. It's easy. You just use acetone, buff it. So the stuff that I was using, it's more natural. They use biosculpture. It helps breathe, and it has oils. But it's basically like a gel, and it has a protective anyway. So you take it off with usual gel, and so I took it off and just put on some other stuff. I'll show you that later on, what I do. But it looks good, actually. My non-dominant hand looks pretty good too. Yeah. It's called Mediterranean Blue, but you can see it's not as perfect. It's my ring finger, I'm not. See? So. But I really like the top coat that I got. It's called Jessica Brilliance. I found it through an article that someone did. It's one of those online publications, and they were talking about the best quick dry top coat, because I used to use Such a Vite, but it was so shiny, but they always the tips shrank, always, no matter what I did. And the method to help tip shrinkage, it would cause so many problems with the nail polish. So I said, forget it. And I found this one, and you can order it on Amazon. If you still order from Amazon, which I don't, but for certain things. So, maybe I'll link it down below if I remember. Anyway, so I'm just sitting around knitting, watching podcasts, and I was like, oh, I should record a podcast. I need to record a podcast. And I'm like, I don't want to sit on the floor, so I'm going to talk to my phone on my daybed with a shaky camera, because I can't hold my camera this far that long. Oh well. All right, I'll see you later. Bye. Alright, so I promised you I'd show you what I use when I do my nails. Alright, so I'll talk about them in order. First, unless I'm doing a lot more cuticle work, I'll push back with a Q-tip using Zoya's remover, which I love. It's their purple remover. They carry it, as far as I know, at Ulta, or you can get it online. Then I put this stuff. It's called OPI Bond-Aid pH Balancing Agent. They use this a lot in salons for acrylic work, but I noticed that at my salon, who does not do acrylics, they would put this on. See, apply to natural nail plate before primer, polish, or glue. They would put it on before they'd put the base coat of the biosculpture, and the biosculpture took to my nails, and so I got some of my own. Then I put this stuff. This I also got on Amazon and looked it up. It's called Perfect Formula, and it's a pink gel coat, brightens and strengthens. It's a base of gel, but it also helps with healing your nails. It's kind of like those nail tech solutions, but it's a little bit more thick. It's a little thicker, and it helps better your nails, and I've seen it work. It's been working. So apply one coat to clean dry nails, recoat anytime, and reapply. No soaking necessary. So, and it adds a good amount of thickness to my nails, which are naturally thin. Although since I've been taking omega-3s, it's my hair and nails have gotten better. Omega-3s is a type of enzyme? No. It's something that you really want. So that's why if you eat fish, it helps a lot. But since I don't eat as much fish as I used to, omega-3 has been helping. And also, honestly, I still love fish, so I'll eat fish. So it just, anyway, it's been doing well, and then adding this gel coat has been great. And then to add even more bonding, I put some Zoya Anchor. Right? And so this is the blue is the second time I painted it since I got rid of the biosculpture. And I was just in a hurry because it was a weekday and I didn't want to spend an hour doing my nails. So all I did was put, I did the Bond-Aid, then the gel, and then the color, and then the top coat. And I found it wasn't staying as well. Like, it chipped the next day. So, Anchor to help keep it on, and I have, it lasts a little bit longer, like 3 to 4 days, which is pretty good for a regular nail polish. So then after that, I put the color, and this color, so I was almost right. It's Ella plus Mila Elite. This I got at Target. I got so excited when I saw it. I'm like, what? Because I usually do not see this brand outside of the internet, and it's called Mediterranean Mist. So pretty true to color, huh? As I said, I'm not the best painter, but this is pretty good considering I usually flood, always. So as you can tell, I tried not to because I did not want to do a lot of cleanup. So, but then when I would not flood, I would get these huge gaps on the side. But this is actually not bad. But you can see I flood the cuticles when I put the top coat because I want to make sure it doesn't shrink, because such a feet shrinked a ton, so that's just my habit. It's not bad though. I have to say it's not bad. Anyway, so 2 coats of this, sometimes 3 if it's a more jelly, which is a lighter, and then this is the top coat. As I said, Jessica Brilliant. Why does it look like it's called High Gloss in a Flash, right? Fix, oh, and then it's in some sort of, and then of course do not go near flame because it will burn. And I guess this is from LA? Huh. Anyway, so this is what I got based off the article, and it's just as shiny. It really is just as shiny as the TV. I don't see much of a difference. So, and it adds a little bit more thickness to it as well. So not only do I have this, and then when you add this, it's actually like gel polish. And if I was good and reapplied this another, like, in 2 days, I'd probably get better wear, but why? I don't care. So I can easily change it again in a week. So, if I really cared. So, it's great. And, you know, I don't like my nails to be too thick. This is the perfect thickness for me. It doesn't, see, I'm pushing it, it doesn't bend. Sorry for the craptastic. See, I still need to clean that. But, like, it doesn't bend as much. My nails used to bend inward. So, if you want to look at the other side. So, like, this one had a little bit more damage. If I could just get it to focus. Not on my foot. Sorry, y'all who have a hard time looking at. Why? Come on. There. Oh, almost. Sorry, y'all. You come here for my expert. There you go. So, you notice this has a little bit more damage, but it still doesn't. So, this is the perfect thickness for me. So, yeah, it's the perfect thickness for me. So, I think I need to make up my mind about this crap, because for a few months I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do my own nails, and will you focus? Thank you. I'll do my own nails, and yeah. And then a few months later I'm like, oh, it's fine, I don't want to deal with it, blah blah blah, and then I go to get my nails done. But I think budget-wise, I think it's better for me to do this. And I also get so bored with my color. So, that's the other thing, is I was starting to get bored with my black. And then my red. So, meh. And when I go on vacation, does it really matter if I have pretty nails? Well, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you didn't really ask for it, but I said I would show it to you. So there you go. I showed it to you. My darling puppy, I have no food. See? It's all gone. No more food. No more food. I know. No more food. None. No more. Stop giving me those cute puppy faces. Okay. Sunday, September 1st. It's been over a week since I talked with you. This last week was also tiring. So just to explain, the week before was me planning getting the library ready. This past week was having my first classes with the kids, and it's tiring because I haven't had to been as performative. When I feel like when you're teaching, you do tend to be performative, especially since I see 380 kids, and I have to change how I teach depending on grade. So I hadn't done it in a while. I'm sorry if I keep switching. It's just trying to learn a good angle. So I was tired. I wanted to do quick vlogs like before going, and then I would forget. It was just, anyway. But it's Sunday. Yesterday I got to spend a couple of hours with some of my friends and some people I hadn't met before, crafting. Some people were sewing, some people were leather making, and costuming, and I was the only one knitting, but that's perfectly fine. It was nice to have good conversations. A lot of them were LARPers though. LARP is live action role playing, and I don't do that. So, but I got to hear stories, and that was fun. Even though I don't know anything about it, they were very considerate and told me exactly what they meant, or I would interrupt them and say, "What do you mean?" So I did that Saturday, and then Peter and I had dinner, and we did a fire pit, and now he's looking at me through the slit of the door. Give me a moment, creepy man. We're about to go to Half Price Books, and I started this because he was talking to his best friend, which usually takes hours. Anyway, we're going to Half Price Books. We're going to sell some books. One of them, so I finished 2 books in one night. I didn't start it last night. This, I only had 20 pages left. The Parisian by Isabella Hamad. And then this I was halfway done already as well. You Don't Know Everything, Jilly P by Alex Gino. I met them. I don't know, if you follow me on Instagram, you should have seen that I met them. It was so exciting. I love their writing, so spoiler alert, I really liked this book. It was very good. It talks about white privilege and just privilege in general, and how we can just really, in the minds of middle graders, older elementary, young middle school, about privilege and how, what we can do about it and whatnot, and how to act, really. The Parisian was a tomb. It was a tomb. And it was interesting. I liked the history of it. I didn't know a lot of history about Palestine, or just I'm going to get in controversial issues. But just the history of Palestine in that area. But I didn't really like the main character and the families and the plot, honestly. So, and there's just some things that literary wise, I'm just like, really? So, I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. So, anyway, he's rumbling around, and we better go to Half Price Books. They're having a sale. So, and I have some library finds. I finally collected enough to get a couple of books for the kids to replace, because things happen. So we're gonna sell our books, we're gonna buy some books because sale, And see you later. Bye. And I'm back. Oh my goodness. I got a ton of stuff for the kids. It was really good. I actually still have more money from their fines, so I'm just gonna put it aside and wait until I have more books that I want to get. Like Raina Telgemeyer's coming out with a new one later this month. It's September, called Guts. So I'm gonna wait until that comes out to buy it. And then, so we're back. You should have seen a video of my nails. It's so sparkly. So the Ella and Mia that I put on didn't last that long. So it's probably going to be a foot one because it doesn't matter how long they last on the fingers. Most nail polish lasts forever on your feet. If you have not had that experience, let me know and let's talk about it. So what I put for this week or so is this. You can't really see it. ILNP, I Love Nail Polish, and it's called Off the Grid. Which I wish it would focus. Nope. Not on me. Off the Grid. It's purpley, shifty, and hollow, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it was a dream to put on. We also went to Ulta after half price books because Ulta's nearby, and every time I go in there I always say, why'd I do that? Because they never take care of their polish area. So there's places where people have tried on the nail polish. Dudes, why do you do that? And then 2, there's barely any nail polish there. I don't know why they even bother. It's like barely there. Zoya is barely there. OPI, it's like OPI is all over the place. There's the Infinite Shine combined with the natural, so okay. And then barely any Orly. Some what was the other brand I was looking at? I don't know. It's ridiculous. That's my husband's Bluetooth. It was just, every time I always feel like this is ridiculous. Why do I come in here? So, but I got some Essie. So the ones that I had to replace when I got a little, I get into these moods. Sorry if it's just my arm. I get into these moods where I make these grand decisions, like, forget it, I'm not going to do my nails anymore. I'm going to make someone else do my nails. So I give away all my nail polish. It's a rash decision. So I got rid of some Essie that I shouldn't have because I liked it. So I replaced them. I did that with Zoya too. So, but I'm not going to build as big of a stash as I did previously. I'm just going to get the ones that I like, and then that's it. So anyway, so that's what I have on my nails right now. It's so hollow and sparkly and shifty. This is what I'm knitting on, and one is on mid-row. This is my not Novelli, so hold on. So this is my Novelli. Not Novelli, really. And I'm getting tired of this project right now. So, let's see. Let me show you. you may have seen some videos of it. So I'm trying to show you the, hold on, there it is. So this is the back. It is on this humongous stitch marker. If you can, there you go. So this is the back. I finished the back. It's on this humongous stitch marker. Not stitch marker, stitch holder. Okay. I usually don't like using those, but I didn't have any spare yarn to go through, needle through. So this is the back, and I'm now working on the front. I'm almost there. I just measured, where's my stitch marker? Not my stitch marker, my progress keeper. I keep using stitch marker. Oh, there it is. So I just moved it up. So I need to do about an inch more. So here, inch more, and then I'll start the short rows. But as you can see, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. So that's what's going on. I'm just so done with this. I am so done with this project. And now with the whole thing with her blocking someone, hold on. I didn't even like the pattern to begin with because it had so many errors. So many errors. I'm serious, so many errors. Like, not a ton, but enough to say you should have tech edited this better, you know? So there was that. And then now this controversy and ridiculous fake apology. I feel like it's a fake apology. It was like, oh, I guess I really should apologize. It's like, how about actions, you know? But anyway, now that that's come around, I'm like, yep, I really don't like you now. So I just want this project to be done with. I didn't really do the novelli because I didn't do the color work and whatnot. And I'm striping and whatnot. Drinking game. Anyway, so I just want it to be done. So I'm kind of steamrolling through it so I can have the project. And if I find out it's way too big because her instructions suck, because she says you're supposed to have enough ease, right? Okay, so I'm looking at the body and I'm thinking, holy crap, this is going to be huge. But based on my, you know, my arms, yeah, look at that jiggle, you know, I need to have this size. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Do I see Georgie? Oh, wrong way. Georgie? Nope. She left. She's like, you're talking to your phone again. So that's that. I'm steamrolling through that one. And then I keep this in my office, which obviously I'm in right now. But now I'm going to show you what I've been working while I'm during the week. My Cozy Memories blanket. There we go. So the last time I showed it to you, I was around here. Okay. So since then, I've done the square, and I don't know what the color, where they're from. They're just little minis from. So if you can kind of see that this is where I'm pulling from. So they don't have any labels or anything like that. So, and I'm just pulling them randomly, as you can see. I put this on and I realized, oh, and I said, oh, who cares? So from this tree progress keeper, I did this one, I did that one, I did this one, which, you know what, I don't care. I don't care that it blends. And then this one, and then this one. Okay, so I'm just going to start another square, which a square gets me about an episode and a half of Deadwood. So, it's good. Although I realize that's Oakland A's colors. And then that's Christmas. Oh well, I don't care. So, I'll just pull from my big bag of remnants. Maybe. I've just been kind of pulling one out and just saying, okay, I'll do that. Well, obviously not this one, because then we'll have another situation of that. But maybe white again? I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. Ooh. More yellow. I have a ton. And I still have some remnants that are not in here. They're over in there, in that box over there. So I don't want to bring those in to here until I've had a good amount of this. Like ooh, I have some Halloweeny. Maybe I'll put some in here. And then I have some Luna Pearl leftovers that I could put in there. Right? This is Luna Pearl. This was exclusive to a Yarn Less Raveled. So, yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been working on. That's it. That's all. Well, on my socks. Which, if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the socks that I'm working on. It's very peacocky, which I was going through my Ravelry queue, and I realized that I meant to use that yarn in an actual project. It wasn't just a one skein sock yarn. Oops. So I looked through my stash and found a different yarn that I could use for the project, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna be watching some more podcasts now that I'm firmly back in my little daybed, and I'm gonna knit, and then we're gonna eat dinner, and then we're gonna watch Captain Marvel. Because it's Sunday. Tomorrow I don't have to go to work because it's Labor Day. Yay! Anyway. Alright. See you later. Bye. Are you joining me? Yes. Are you gonna join me all night? have seen that video of me frogging, yeah, I'm frogging it. I'm not feeling it, and as I'm looking at it, it's just too big. It really is too big. I know it's supposed to have some positive ease, but it's way too big, and I'm looking at it, it's not going to be my type of sweater. And instead of just going through it and then saying, oh, I'll give it to someone else, I love the colors. I love the colors, so I'm thinking of doing something else. So I'm going to frog it. I'm going to put this on timeout. I'm going to start something else because right now it's just whatever. Oh, yeah, and I haven't gotten dressed. It's, by the way, Monday, September 2nd, and I've just been knitting on this and just not happy with it. So that's what I'm going to do. Frog, frog, frog. Monday, frog day. Bye. Hello. It is Saturday, September 7th. Yes, September 7th. And I think this is the last video before I start putting all of the videos together from the last few weeks. This last week was eventful. We had back to school night on Thursday. So we had a lot of parents come. Usually I've been told, and I didn't get to go last year, but most evening stuff that we have is not many people show up. But that night it was just packed. The auditorium was packed. We've never had that before. So that was really great. We were giving out free backpacks, so that could have been it too. The public librarian, the children's public librarian came from around the corner, and she had materials, and I was helping her out. She had free books too, so of course everyone went for the free books. So that was fun, but it was a tiring day, and it was a tiring week because it was my second week doing classes, and it just seemed like I was always running behind because something would happen. A teacher wouldn't bring their kids down in time, and my schedule is not very conducive for that sort of thing, which I did not choose that. The way it was set up was not very well done. Hi, baby. Bunny's doing gardening. So yeah. So anyway, I've been all this week I've been running around trying to get stuff done, and because I am a young person who, instead of partying and drinking, hung out with my computer all day. I know a lot more about computers than most people in the school apparently, or is willing to. So I've been dealing with that as well. I'm just like, oh God, okay. I love my job. I love my job very much. It was as usual, tiring day. I just can't do videos on weekdays. It's just, I wake up early, and by the time I remember, oh yeah, I wanted to do a little talk about, I'm at school and I feel awkward. And, you know, I have kids come in at around 8 o'clock, 8:10, just to hang out, do their homework, read. Or what has been happening is we play board games, which I'm fine with. I am perfectly fine with, so perfectly fine with. As long as they're not getting into trouble and having problems with other people. So we've played Jenga. We've played Jenga once, but most of the time they actually want to do a lot of word play, like Boggle. We got bananagrams. I can't get them to play Scrabble. Can't get them to play. I bought Scrabble too. I keep buying Scrabble, and my 5th graders won't play Scrabble with me. I love Scrabble, but bananagrams is like Scrabble, but shorter game, and I actually like it. They have to create their own crossword puzzles, so that still helps with their vocabulary and reading. So that is my intention. if they beat me, they get Starbucks. 3 Starbucks, which is our kind of currency. It's our way to motivate them to have good star behavior. It's part of our PBIS, positive behavior intervention system. So, which is great because if they're beating me, that means they're doing their homework and they're reading and they're trying their best at school. So, like, I wouldn't give them Starbucks if they beat me at Jenga. Yes, it's kind of strategizing, but it's not using your head as much. So, I want them to beat me at wordplay. So, anyway, have I talked to you about frogging? I frogged my novelli. I frogged that on Monday because no matter how much I was knitting on it, I just wasn't happy with it. The color striping I wasn't a fan with. Once I divided it with this for the front and back, I was looking at it and it just seemed, there just seemed to be too much ease, just way too much. It looked too big. And then I kept messing up with the measurements, and it's just, and also I just was so disheartened by how the pattern writer had been acting, and just, I just wasn't happy. So I just decided to frog it. I have never done that before. This is probably a repeat for you all, but yeah. I don't usually frog that much, but I did because I knew I wasn't going to be happy, and I'm not going to waste yarn that I enjoy just to not have to frog and be lazy. So I did it. I frogged. I figured I'm going to do the Mount Pleasant, which is exactly the same kind of shaping as I wanted, but seems easier. Not easier, but it seems a little bit more well written. I just have to buy the pattern and rewind and attach the yarns. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing that. But in the meantime, once I've given it enough time out, I cast it on the next pattern in my queue, which is the Color Affection. I'm using, this is Yarn Love. You see the little look. So this is Yarn Love. There's Sport Weight, Pullworth Sport Weight. Then, if I can find the tags, I'll show it to you. Actually, I think there should be a video that I showed of the yarn colors I chose. But let me see if I can find the tags. Haha! Fabulous. So, first one, excuse me, is Yarn Love Pullworth Silk Blend Sport Weight, which is a little thicker, but don't care. Whatever. And then I'm going to use Madeline Tosh Twist Light in the Coquette, which is like a deliciously raspberry, not neon, but like fantastically spunky raspberry. Actually, let's see if you can see. Oh, I'm not very good at, see? That one right there, if you can see. And then I'm going to finish it off with Lisa Souza, Sour Ball, Sock Merino, and it's like this dark, deliciously like Merlot, Pinot Noir, winey. That's right here, if you can see. Oh, it's so good. Yes. So I'm excited to do that. So I'm just on the shaping on that. So I'm working on that. During the week, I'm working on my Cozy Memories blanket. I haven't done a lot of squares this week, just maybe three. So not that much, really. So, and that's what I've been knitting. I've been reading One Night in December, which is another deliciously fluffy rom-com book. I think I'm going to stick with that for a while because once I get in the hang of being back to school and getting used to my new schedule, I think I need fluffy, especially after the Parisian. that I got my book of the month today. Bringing Down the Duke, which is another rom-com. It sounds really good. Usually I get more literature books, but I couldn't pass it down. I've been needing Fluffy. I love Fluffy. So that is going on my book of the month shelf. What else I can tell you? Nothing much. I did yoga. That's why I look the way I do. I used to on Saturdays. Sorry for the change. I used to on Saturdays go to the class at 10:30 so I can sleep more. But by the time I'd finish, it would be 12 o'clock. 11:45, but I'd get home at 12. And if things were at 12 o'clock, it's like, oh, great. I wouldn't be able to do yoga, right? So I started going to the 7:45 sunrise yoga, which is a little bit more intense because the 10:30 is what they call vinyasa, which is yin yoga, which is more slower pace with vinyasa flow, which is great. Loved it. It went with the flow. But again, it just wasn't convenient. The 7:45 is intense. And when I used to do it, it was really intense and I couldn't handle it. But I did it last week and it was great. I loved it because I was finished at around 9. I would pick up Peter and we went to the farmer's market and had breakfast. And then I had all this time in the day to get things done or just sit on my tukush and relax. So I today did the same thing, did 7:45 yoga, finished at 9, grabbed Peter, we went to the farmer's market, we had breakfast, and then I did my chores. And so now it is 1:25. I'm gonna be eating lunch and I'm watching my podcast, and apparently petting a cat. Hello, Ali. Say hello to that camera, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Say hello. Yes. So, I'm going to relax. I'm going to enjoy some podcasts. And that's it. My day is done. Unless I decide to do something else, which, don't know. Or, edit this podcast. So, alright. I'm going to leave you there. This will be the last video, hopefully. And get my tukush to edit this podcast. And so it was lovely to talk with you for the last few weekends. And hopefully I will see you later. And, oh, yes. So, as I always say at the end, the light in me sorry, the cat is distracting me. The light in me recognizes and loves the light in you. Namaste.